Hey guys, it is Nina coming at you from NerdsDay. Okay, so I tried to make a list of all the stuff that I wanted to talk about tonight because I've kind of gotten away from the original intention of NerdsDay. Like when I started this and I set Thursday for my day, I was like, okay, this is the journey of me coming out of this, toxic relationship and learning how to love myself and everything. And then it kind of just progressed into where, like, I wasn't dealing with things internally. So I wasn't dealing with them externally in the videos either. So I'm just like, yeah, this is what's going on. And okay, bye. But it was more, I don't know, kind of like at a more shallow level than what I anticipated, sharing with the world. But anyway, so I tried to make that list, and do you know what happened? I ended up just drawing a dick. Can you see that? I just drew a dick for no reason. Because that's what I feel about feelings. They can eat a dick. Oh, hey, look, more light. Ooh. Ooh. And just like this, we have magically changed the video to include some chick with really amazing eyes staring out over a picture of a dick. Because Nerds Day is super serious business. Um, so I've been thinking about stuff, and a lot of it's from conversations I've been able to have with the twin and with the bunny and with Sarah talking and being open with her life. She's always really inspired me and helped me be a better version of myself, and that's true like even now. And something about everything, like everything is weird right now in all three of our lives. Like, okay, so Sarah and twin have never met, but I don't know, it's like everyone I'm super close to is all going through like this weirdly really weird transition phase. And I don't know, like everything is weird, like weird, weird, weird. People are coming out of the woodwork that we haven't talked to, and just, we're in situations we didn't think we would be in. And it's just really, really weird. The toddlers are sick again, so obviously, like, I've got some mucus stuff going on. I'm trying the Chantix thing again because smoking is such, it's a huge thing that I want to quit and like be completely done with. And that's one of my main goals with this whole falling in love with myself thing and like being the version of myself that I actually want to be. Um, you know, no cognitive dissonance type. I'm gonna stop trying to use a big word right now. Um, but yeah, so like Nerd Day is really straight away from that. I do have fun, exciting things to talk about too. Like, as long as the district manager gets the okay, like I have a new job and I'm super excited about it, and it has the potential to be my favorite job. The environment is just way more along the lines of something I can see myself actually staying in, especially with the people that I would be working with. Like, there's definitely a comfort there. Like, I just sat there and chatted with the manager and the district manager both times that I met with either of them. And I've never really had that except for one time when I worked with Sprint. I really liked my manager there. But I've never felt that open with the people that, they're going to be my boss. And so I feel really good about this and I'm really looking forward to it. And like it's part time. So, obviously I'm not going to be reaching my full potential with a part time job, but it's a good step in the right direction. And like another one of my friends that is like coming back into the picture in a weird way, um, we were talking about growing up and like transition and stuff because, like I said, everyone that I'm close to in life, they're going through this weird transition. It's freaking weird. Like, there's no stability in my life, and then there's no stability in my friend's life. Well, there's stability, but like especially in the twins' life, like she's moving too. Like when I say she's going through all these changes, like she's going through a bunch of changes too, and we were laughing. I'm like, but do you feel weird? Because it's like my life. Like the floor is just short out, and then I look at your life, and it's like the floor is just short out. It's like, are there floors anymore? Like we were joking about that. Um. So yeah, and then it's a good step in the right direction, and I think it's gonna work well with getting my EMT certification because I have made the decision I'm doing that this year. I didn't get to do my third ride along. There's still a little part of me that's upset with someone in that situation because it's like you let your personal life affect your professional life, and it affected my ability to have this experience and like have this knowledge. And then I kind of was like, fuck it, I'm trusting my gut instinct. My gut instinct says yes, so I'm doing it. Uh, and I've been thinking a lot about when I worked at the farm because my earlier videos, my super awesome, videos, um, working at the farm, like really helped get me started in the right way of being able to fall in love with myself. And I've been thinking about that. And one of the things that I would do is when I was in my tiny little shack and I was waiting on a group of people to come through. Okay, so I had to bend into weird positions anyway, and it was really, really hard on my body because I was like running around this tiny shack around sharp ass corners. And so I would like stretch and whatnot. And I remember like being in my shack and I was in a spot where nobody could see me, like none of the other coworkers or anything could see me unless like they walked in and were right behind me. And I would be stretching out and doing this and that. Sorry, I'm being cuddled so wonderfully by the butt. I've also got Charlie cuddling my butt. So there's all kinds of butts and cuddles. But anyway, so I would do that. I would stretch out, and I remember like I would let my mind wander in ways where, especially since it was such a new concept to me, I'm like, okay, if I was someone else, would I be watching this and falling in love with myself? And I was like, yes. And I've kind of stopped asking myself that question. So I kind of like go back and think about the farm whenever I realize, like, ah. And sorry, again, I'm not doing any kind of like having the camera being held somewhere. I, like I said, I was trying to make that list and then I drew a dick. So this is what the vlog is gonna be. So yeah, like I stopped asking myself those questions and just really making sure that I was taking the steps that I need towards myself the way I do towards someone else if I'm gonna let them into my life as a priority. And it's really like I'm not treating myself as a priority. It's like, yeah, I need to go do all this stuff because of responsibilities and I need to level up, but at the same time, like, self-care has kind of gone out the window. One of the things that I really like to do that helps with the aches and pains from all this physical work that I'm doing is taking an Epsom salt bath. And I haven't done that in like a week. And I don't know. So I'm gonna start working on that more. I set a goal for myself to stay single for a year. Especially after the whole homeboy thing. Like, I can't rush getting into anything. And when someone new comes into my life, like, I get so excited that I'm just like, ah! And I don't take the time to, like, stop and think about it. So, and I don't mean, like, anyone new. I mean, on the very rare occasions when I'm like, I actually want to spend time with this person. It does not happen very often. But when I'm like, yeah, I want to spend time with this person, by spend time with this person, I mean, like, I will talk to them, more than once in a week and not get annoyed at them for messaging me, because my energy is very limited, and I feel like such a dick saying that, but with everything that I'm going through, like, there's not a lot of room in my life, which is why I'm like, I can't start a relationship. And so I'm kind of like, I'm trying to set these goals for, the way I feel about myself. And I was thinking about it, and the twin and I have been talking. She's like, you need to go out on like casual ass dates and, figure out what you want. And like, yeah, maybe. I'm not any kind of ready for even doing that right now. But I've been thinking about that, and I think I'm going to start taking myself out on dates. And I will probably make videos of like when that happens, like, I am dating myself. What's up? And it's going to be super awkward because I'm going to like walk into a place that I want to eat and be like, table for one, just me, no one's coming, like, all this food is mine. um because there is that really weird like societal pressure where you have to eat with someone all the time. So I guess maybe it's a little bit of like conquering my fears too. Another thing that I want to do this year, speaking of conquering fears, I am terrified of flying. So I have decided that this year I'm going to take flying lessons. I'm probably going to pass out in complete and total terror, but I'm going to get my ass in a plane, like behind the little wheel or joystick or however the fuck you fly those things. I'm going to try to fly a plane this year. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, like, that'll go into a video. Um, and then other fun things that are going on, because, all my videos, I keep saying, like, everything is on hold right now, and, like, that's still true. Everything is on hold right now. The move date is set for March 15th. Um, yeah, and nothing has changed with that. So, other fun things that are happening, you know, getting a new job, absolutely yay. I have made the decision, like, absolutely yay. I'm gonna go get my EMT certification. I'm also thinking about getting my fire card this year or maybe next year. But when I talked to one of the medics on my ride alongs, he was talking about fire. I'm like, yeah, that sounds really fun. So that's something that I'm considering. I haven't made the decision. Um, but I feel like I'm leaning in that direction. And then the old friend, we've been friends for 10 years. And the friendship started out because we dated for like 2 months or something like that. And my tiny little heart was so in love with him. And he broke my little heart. And I was telling him, I'm like, I don't even remember how we became friends. Like, I remember, getting pissed off at you after we broke up. And then I don't remember a bunch of months. And then the next thing I know, like, I'm spending New Year's Eve with you out of nowhere. And I'm like, how the hell did we become friends? He's like, I don't know. I think we started, like, texting again. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like us, but what the fuck? But that's a really good friendship. It's a fun thing. It reminds me a lot of, like, Sarah and Colby, like, the friendships where, like, I can be close with them in, like, a flirty friendship type thing. And I won't tell them my internet name. I don't tell people in the real world my internet name because I'm not ready for them to find out about this. And so he has made it his mission, because he's a stubborn ass. He has made it his mission to find my internet name. And right now I'm waiting to hear back from him about the terms of a bet, because he's trying to tell me that he found it. I don't think he did. And he's like, you want to bet? I'm like, all right, what you want to bet? He's like, lifetime bragging rights and a piece of the aggro crag. Yes, absolutely. Googled that shit. Piece of the aggro crag. The last time one went up for sale, it sold for like $1,500 or some shit. And I was like, how about a replica? Because that's more affordable. He's like, how much are those? I'm like, $200 for 6 inches, or like $50 for a keychain. And he's like, still too fucking expensive. Like, obviously. And I'm like, okay, so how about we have to wear a t-shirt saying whatever the other one says, and we have to wear it in public. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to be up for the challenge, because he's obviously going to lose. And I'm really excited about that. But that's a fun friendship. Like, we have a lot of good inside jokes, and, like, it's helping me reconnect with a part of my life that I sort of tuned out, and that part of my life was before my family fell apart, and like by talking to him and sharing those memories, I'm able to think about the kind of life that I had with my family before, like the whole homeboy thing and everything else that, happened and whatever. And I don't know, it's just like a nice addition because my big focus this year, outside of falling in love with myself, like the reason I'm moving back in with my mom, like I miss my family. I did not see them for the longest time. There was a bunch of stuff that happened. Everything kind of fell apart, and then I did the whole Occupy thing, and then I was depressed, and I stayed in for like 2 or 3 years where I wouldn't talk to anyone, and those relationships just kind of fell by the wayside. And there is a lot of toxicity in my family, but my nieces and nephews mean the world to me. So, like at the very least, I want to have relationships with them. Um, my sister-in-law slash ex-sister-in-law slash I don't know what the hell, like she's my family, like she's more of my family than I feel like my own sister most of the time. Like I can't hold a conversation with my own sister, but I can hold a conversation with this woman, so like she is my family, she's my sister. um and she and I are like still working on our relationship because there's definitely been squabbles between us throughout the years, and just like kind of we both have to come to terms with what we went through by when my brother like did what he did, and like yeah, just a lot of family stuff. um this video is already 17 minutes long. I was going to talk about something else, but instead I'm just going to call it quits because this is ridiculously long and ain't no point in that. NerdsDay ain't supposed to be that fucking long. um but yeah, so I think what I'm going to do next week, for those of you who do follow along, I think I'm going to try to just tell a story, maybe, or share some old writing. We'll just see how the next week goes. But I feel better about doing the video like this, maybe better quality next time, obviously. Like, I know I need to work on that, I always say that. Um, but I definitely feel like this is more in tune with what my intentions are, like sharing this part of my life and like being open with it, and giving that sort of connection when people are like, everything is overwhelming and they feel like they can't go on. Like, that's why I feel like I need to document this shit, because I know how the internet works, and like we reach out to people on the internet and it's like, hey, you make me feel less alone, thank you so much. So yeah. ah and I'm gonna close out this Nerds Day by showing you the picture of the dick that I drew again. Dick drawing, dick drawing. Thanks for stopping by for Nerds Day.